from a citizen standpoint, it sounds like waiting at the DMV, but for your life and not for your car.
Right. And that's pretty much what it felt like. And the crazy thing is that they've done a lot of the 2026 people, but still haven't finished doing the people from 2025.
Current inmates that might be in this position. What's one thing that you would recommend to them that could help they might not know in order to help in this kind of situation?
This call is from a federal prison.
Misunderstood, yeah. Judged by the cover. Misunderstood, yeah. From one to another.
Hi, I'm Tiffany.
And hi, I'm Lisa, and we're here from the... No.
Come on, guys.
Okay,
Just remember your name. Say your name.
Yep.
State your name and state your favorite food.
Exactly. Hi, I'm Tiffany. I'm from the feds.
All right, keep that. Go ahead, Mom. Just keep that. Keep rolling. Go ahead.
And hi, I'm Lisa, and we're here to shed light from the inside out. That was funny.
Why are we here?
Hi. Okay, so on today's episode, we're talking about release, basically releasing from prison, because I got a message from one of my very close friends, and it was actually really sad, but it's something that I've gone through and several other inmates go through, where basically it's time for them to go home. They're 8 months to the door, and you're supposed to be going through all your processing to getting out, right? You go see your case manager. You're supposed to go talk to them about where you're going to go live. You give them your address. And then from there, then the next visit, they start talking about, home visits, all that. Someone should go out to your house to make sure that it's a safe place for you to go to. Then from there, you get your halfway house information. It's all that,
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Why do they start from like 8 months or prior to even 8 months? Why does it have to be that long?
Because they take forever to do anything. Nothing is short in the federal system. There's nothing. They have to prepare to get you like
Yeah,
there's no
like the DMV.
they're getting ready to get ready to get ready.
People are getting ready to go home 2 years before the door. Like they're like, oh, I'm ready, I'm almost there. Yeah, because people are spending so much time in prison that when you're doing a 20-year bid, 2 years is nothing. That's like 2 months. You know, like I've been in there for 10 years. 1 year is 1 month. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm leaving like so soon. I'm almost out of here. Like I'm leaving. I'm short timing it. I'm out the door.
Yeah.
So your travel plans need to be prepped and started because they got to get you a bed at the halfway house. So when my friend sends me that message like, hey, oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. My release date is 12/17/25. I am 8 months to the door. They haven't started my halfway house paperwork. Shake my head. I've been going to open house when they do have them, and I never get an answer. And the crazy thing is that I did a lot, or is that they've done a lot of the 2026 people, but still haven't finished doing the people from 2025. So open house is basically where you have a loaded time that you can go see your case manager and talk to them, or a case manager, about whatever it is you need to talk about them with, your visitation, your this, your that.
And when do you see your case manager? Is it once a week or once a month?
No. You usually see them like once every 3 months, it's not even, but the closer to the door, you're supposed to see them at least once a month, at least to get your stuff together. So it all, it breaks down through the years. Well, when you're 8 months to the door, you should be seeing them whenever, all the time, trying to get your travel stuff in place. You have an address to go to, get your halfway house paperwork started. They need to get your halfway house date from the halfway house, because the halfway house has to prepare 6 months in advance, because there are people that are going through there. And now with FSA, people are staying in the halfway house longer than that. They're getting year halfway house time.
What's FSA?
It's when you earn good credit. We talked about that before.
Gotcha.
It's good credit, good conduct.
Okay.
And going and taking classes and going to courses and stuff like that that they offer.
Yeah.
So it's the first step back. So So let's just say, like, for this, like, she's going to open houses, and her probably case manager isn't there, because Tallahassee is the worst with that. They've got the worst staff ever, that are not on
because
top of
they're short staffed, right?
Well, yeah, they're short staffed or they're lazy staff.
Yeah.
It's all relative. The best place I was ever at was FDC Houston. They were on top of their stuff. Boy, I was in and out of there. Like, I mean, I wasn't even there very long at all.
Yeah.
Because they had got my halfway house stuff in so quick. So I was like, oh, okay. I was at Tallahassee, and I had a shorter time left to do in Tallahassee, but I did more time there than I did at FDC Houston because FDC Houston got me out the door. Tallahassee prolonged it and took forever. In fact, I never even barely saw my case manager. She was she ended up getting
Houston?
fired
In
at
Houston?
Tallahassee.
Oh,
At
Tallahassee.
She ended up getting fired, and they replaced her with somebody else. But I went around her and went straight to Miss Harvey, the case manager, not even a case manager, she's just head of something. And she handles everybody's stuff because of the lazy staff that don't work.
So let's talk about your situation then, because your situation, that just leads right into what happened with you, which was crazy.
Right. So that's the same thing. That's what happened with me. It's like I was, So, so I could never get a hold of my case manager. And
then that lady, the one that you were talking
Miss
about.
Harvey.
Miss Harvey, she was helping you.
Right.
But they weren't doing anything.
No. Yes. So I was, okay. So sorry, I got off of my thought process.
Sorry.
Okay. So anyways, so that's, so I was going to see the case manager. And so I had to go around her, and I went to Miss Harvey. So I went to Miss Harvey, and she started doing my paperwork and everything like that. So I started getting into all that with her. And then, and it's still, in the end, it was still messed up because they didn't, when it was time for me to go home, they didn't even have my flight right. So I was stuck there.
Right. So it was in the morning. So and we're all waiting because you had a morning flight, right?
Right. Yeah. So they were supposed to have me out of the building by 5:30, 6 a.m.
Right.
And they didn't even call me. So it was like 9 a.m. or 8 o'clock. No, I'm sorry, before chow. So like 6:30 or 7, and they finally opened the doors, but they were rude as shit to me that morning. I was like
you were
ready to
supposed
go,
to have like
packed
a
up.
10 o'clock flight.
Yeah, and they were supposed to have me there like 3 hours early.
Right.
And they were so rude too. I was like, I'm supposed to be leaving. Can you call up to the lieutenant's office to see if I'm going to be released? I mean, this is my day to go. And then they didn't. They were like, no, you need to just wait until mainline. I'm like, I'm supposed to be gone, be way before mainline. And so anyways, that's pretty much what happened. So my brother was there to come get me, to take me to the airport, and they just released me to him.
Well,
and then
he was
got the
going to
flight.
meet you at the airport.
No, he was going to meet me at the airport.
Yeah, because they were supposed to have you at the airport.
So
So
he
he
was
was
there
going to
early.
meet you at the airport because he had your phone.
And everything.
Stuff for you to travel. And then he texted me and said,
They're not
she's
letting
not
me
even
out.
out. They're not even letting her out because they don't even have a flight for her.
Yeah.
So I had to get a flight for you.
Yep. Because they botched that.
Right.
Really
and
bad.
thank God that her brother was there because he drove her to Tampa, right? No, Orlando.
Orlando.
You guys went to Orlando, and then I got her a flight from Orlando.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like that.
But if he wasn't there, what would have happened?
So they were gonna have to figure out the flight and all that stuff. They would
because they have till midnight to release you. Correct.
Well, yeah. They
it's
said
the same
something
day,
like
basically.
Yep. So they had to have me out. And I was like, no, hell no. I'm not sitting here not one more minute than I have to. I'm free. Like I'm a citizen now. I do not need to be here. I'm up of probation. I'm up of everything. There's nothing you can hold me here for. Like I'm actually just as much of a regular person as you are. Get me the fuck out of here.
Right.
Like I gotta go.
Everything that you're saying, just from a citizen standpoint, it sounds like waiting at the DMV, but for your life and not for your car.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what it felt like. I was like, I couldn't even listen to when people were talking to me, all I heard was want, like literally.
Because you were so upset.
Yeah, like my friend Sassy was like, it's going to be okay. Like trying to talk me through. And I was just like, I can't even talk to you right now. I can't even listen.
Where's the end? The tunnel vision. Where's the end?
Totally. Yeah. I couldn't hear. I was like standing outside, and she was with me, and we were out at rec, and like where you see R&D, like the release area, and I was like waiting for them to get in. I'm like, so the second they got into work, and I'm like telling them, I'm like, you guys need to get me out of here. Like I need to get out. Like let me out now.
So when that happens, are there people that actually stay in because they don't have release, or
No,
do they
they
have
have
to
to.
be released that day?
Like they have to let me go.
So then what happens in the situation? So then why?
They would have had to book another flight. And who knows what time it would have been.
But I'm just talking about like this person here. Like,
Right. Okay,
So
now
she's
back to
got
it, yeah.
8 months, but they will let her out though on the day that she's supposed to be out, correct?
I mean, they haven't even started her halfway house situation. She's pretty much talking about that. Like,
Right.
her release date is this date. She is 8 months to the door. She should be out of there 2 months from now. Like, she should be out within the next 2 months to go to halfway house for 6 months.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So her release date is really in December, but she's going to a halfway house for 6 months.
Like me.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
now, because I was like 8 months. That should be enough time.
Yeah.
But really, she has 2 months.
Exactly.
For them.
That's
to
why she's
get
like, what
her
the
out.
what the fuck? Like, they've
Yeah, I
already
got
done
it.
people from 2026 started
Yeah.
their paperwork. Why haven't they started mine?
Right. Okay,
So
that makes
she's-
sense.
Yeah, and that's what they do.
But they will. Because they could keep her there then.
Exactly.
Because they could keep her there
they can keep her till December. Exactly. December, they'd have to let her go.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and they're supposed to, and they haven't even started her paperwork.
So you're basically talking about home release or halfway house.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, like you're waiting
That
to go to the
makes
halfway
sense.
house.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
now.
you're just in limbo, but that's where so they're supposed to
Because I
start
was
the
going to
paperwork
say, I
because
mean,
it takes
that,
forever.
That sucks. That really does suck. But they have the right to keep her there till December, which sucks.
But no, they're not. They're supposed to give you if you've never been in trouble before and you're just starting in the federal system, it is not a privilege to go to the halfway house. That is a constitutional right to get pre-released, to be able to get and to go into, like, have help to go into society and to reintegrate yourself back into society. It's not, I was told this before by my case manager at Wasika because I got into so much trouble that they were like, I was like, well, I'm already why don't we just max out my little sentence here if you guys want to keep, whatever. Like, I was just a smart ass little kid because I was young still. Anyways, and so they
but they didn't let you go to the halfway house this time.
Not this time. No, but that's different. This is like, but that's different. I've been in trouble before, But your first time leaving, it is not a privilege to go there. You're not like willy-nilly going over there like for
I got it.
fun. You're going there to get a job and get your shit straight because a lot of people are going out to nothing.
Right.
So it is like very important that they give you that halfway house time.
Right.
So that's 6 months. People are getting more than 6 months halfway house. And she does have FSA credits and she does program.
Got it.
So the fact that they're doing that to people that are programming and that are accumulating FSA credits, that's horrible. That's like, and they do that to a lot of people. A lot of people. They really
What
do.
if they don't have room in the halfway house? Like, because the one here, they said that they were full. They weren't full. But what if they are full? What happens then?
I heard that they're right now so they will send you out on home confinement if that's the case. Like, if
But
you
what
have
if you
a home,
have nowhere to go?
Right. And then if you don't have anywhere to go, then I don't know. They're working on getting more
halfway houses.
Right. Halfway houses, and also sending people to sober livings and stuff like that. California's got tons of most states have quite a few halfway houses. Big states have a lot. Like California has so many they just let people go to sober living or whatever. I know that.
Yeah, it's an easier state.
Right. And Dallas, Fort Worth has a few. No. Right. No, they have a few though, but they're large. A lot of the halfway houses.
Colorado doesn't have.
No, they only have one federal halfway house for the whole state. Right. Definitely. But
and it's awful.
But generally halfway houses do have room. They do. Like
generally. Mm-hmm. States do. Generally.
Yeah, generally. Yep. So
well,
is there any kind of resolve we can take away from overall the subject at hand? Is there anything that we can do in order to
help people?
Yeah.
You know what? It's really sad, but a lot of times there's not, unless you have family or someone that's able to like kind of push things along. There really is nothing that you can do. Like me, I had yes, there is in a way, yeah, because like I told her that she needs to call her federal her federal attorney, whoever her federal attorney was on her case. I said she should get in touch with them because they can definitely somewhat push things along. They can get in touch with you because they do not like when an attorney is trying to contact them. They don't like that.
What's one thing, speaking to inmates, you directly speaking to current inmates that might be in this position, what's one thing that you would recommend to them that could help that they might not know in order to help in this kind of situation?
Calling their attorney.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it. Calling an
that's
attorney because
kind of
there's a lot of shit that people can't do. I mean,
But
going
sometimes-
higher up, you got to go higher up on the chain than just your case manager. But
Sometimes their attorneys are kind of checked out though after they
Sometimes,
go
yeah,
away, right?
you just gotta
You
go
were
higher up in the
lucky
chain.
that you had a really good attorney that cared about you,
right
with your stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, like I said, family,
Right.
and there's like I said, there's nothing.
But
you can
honestly-
do. If you don't have that, then it's fucked up. You know.
But honestly, it's still all about like awareness. And that's what we're trying to do.
Exactly.
Is get
Bring
the
awareness
awareness because this needs to stop. It needs to change. The
Most
system
definitely.
needs to change.
They need
in
to
these
quit being so lazy.
situations.
They really do. And I get a lot of messages like from my TikTok that know about my show, you know, and then they go and they watch the show,
Right.
and then they tell me about the show, and they tell me that we touch base exactly the way it is in the system.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like whatever I say resonates completely with them, and then I'm exactly right. Like I get those messages all the time from people
Yeah.
because they're in there, you know,
Right.
like I have random guys, because guys are the only ones that actually have access to really watching stuff. But they say, yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. All the way down to the way that people look when they're on K2, like fucking retarded cockroaches.
Yeah.
I had someone
Which we
mention that to me.
appreciate.
You
They
did?
told me, yeah. He said, dude, you were so dead on with that. Dead on the spot. Yes.
So bad.
And we appreciate people's feedback as well as anyone who wants to share their story on the show. We want to help
Definitely.
shed light
Yeah,
on the
get in
truth.
touch with us if you want to share your story on the show.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
We're definitely going to expand on just us talking about this, and we do have people lined up for that.
Mm-hmm.
We did actually try that one day, but we had technical difficulties, so.
definitely. We couldn't get them
We got
to-
traumatized by that.
We couldn't
so we haven't
pull them
tried
up
it
on the
again.
screen because of core links, but I know that there's.
We could pull it up, but they couldn't hear us.
Oh, yeah.
It was the volume.
But I know that
thing.
there's those of you out there that definitely have access to something, a
Yeah.
TikTok, that they can definitely hit us up, because you guys hit me up all the time.
Once we
On
get
TikTok.
once we get core links figured out, it's over for you bitches.
Yeah. Right.
Y'all are
yeah.
fucked.
Exactly. I got bitches to core links are going to sell
Who
it
are
out.
we? Are
No.
No, not you
They
guys.
are.
I was
They
gonna
are,
say,
yeah.
The haters.
Wait,
The
Mom,
haters.
it's over for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get core links in.
Fuck the haters.
I don't even think about haters. I never think about them.
we don't have any.
What was that noise?
That was me.
That was
me.
her phone.
I was trying to look up my TikTok, trying to see what my name was. Because what? I was trying to look up my name on TikTok. I don't remember if it's if it's Tiffany. Blake
You can look it
93.
up.
Yeah, I can't
You can look it
remember
up.
what it is, and they
That's
can look
fine.
it up.
Gonna do a quick
if they wanted to check me out, they
plug.
can message on that.
What, CJ?
We also have a From the Inside Out TikTok.
Oh yeah, we have.
Oh,
yeah,
we do.
from the inside
out.
I know, right?
That we
From the-
don't do anything with.
Yeah, we have from the TikTok, from the inside out, and then we also have mine at Tiffany Blake 93.
Sick.
Yep.
Sick.
All right. Well, that's
Peace out.
a 18-ish minute episode. We are going
Okay.
to move on to the next one today. We appreciate you guys joining in. Make
We're
sure
trying to keep
like,
them short and sweet.
Like
so
and
you guys
subscribe.
watch them.
like and subscribe.
Like,
we appreciate
subscribe,
you
Like and
guys
subscribe. Yes. all that.
sharing the truth out here. We appreciate you from the
Peace
inside
out.
out.